Right, today we're going to explain to you what we found last Sunday. Was at the track. I actually broke the car accidentally, but I'm going to tell you what we found. Now, as you can see, that bell crank there. Let me just make sure you can. You see, I've taken out the ball stud because what I've done last Sunday is I put a 2mm washer, and you see that on that bell crank, the steering bell crank's ball stud. I put a 2mm washer on, and it made the steering a lot. I'm just going to put a Loctite on there just to. It made the steering a lot more linear. So when I mean linear, for you guys who are not so technical, is basically if you've got a graph where like the steering just goes straight up like that. Linear means the graph gradually goes up like that. So the steering it didn't come on ballistically fast as you turned in a sharp turn. It come on gradually, which is what I want. I don't want it like an on-off switch, like all the steering and no steering. So because the link was at an angle like that without the ball stud. Now with the ball stud, it's at less of an angle, and this is at quite a steep angle without any ball studs on, so it's lifted that up. Now, the other thing I've done, I've spoke to a very experienced driver who's actually a mechanical engineer, and the kit tells you this is the steering link from the servo to the bell cranks. The kit tells you to put a 2mm shim in here, but he runs a 3mm. You've just got to readjust your servo again, but basically it makes the steering from right to left more even. So I've added, as you can see there, I've added another mil. I've got to put this back on now, and then I've added 2mm on that bell crank ball stud. But I'll put this together now because it's a bit tricky. If you've taken all this off, it's easy, but without that, it's a bit tricky. But adding the 2mm ball stud onto the bell cranks, like you've just saw me put it in with a bit of Loctite, instead of the graph, your steering going up like that, it's more linear. It's kind of like goes up gradually like that. So if you add look, if you're on Astro or carpet where you need ballistic amounts of steering, you probably won't need that ball stud. But if you're on clay, most of the time our track is kind of medium grip, and then when we get on a big meet, it can be ballistic. It can be almost 1-to-1 grip. So if you're on carpet or Astro, you won't need that washer on the bell crank. Just run it as a kit, no washer. And then I've put that extra 1mm on there to get a bit more even in the next video I'll show you what to do. It's called the figure of 8. I was shown this by a very good driver. He doesn't race anymore, from Western Australia, Nathan Hodder. But in his prime, he was top 5 in Australia. I'll show you in the next video how so basically you do the figure of 8 that side, and then see how wide the turn is, and then you do the figure of 8 on this side and make sure it's even. But I'll show you that on the next video. But yeah, this modification I'm doing is going to calm down the steering, which is what I want really.